stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leave him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need pre-wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
Musketeer March rolls on to week 4 and into April. I don't even know. But I do know this is a real Disney movie, unlike Hook from a few weeks ago. Since there's no more Musketeer Disney movies, I'm just going to keep Musketeer March going into April with sword fight movies instead. Which brings us to Muppet Treasure Island. I have 2 Musketeer movies, okay? It morphed into pirate movie. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm excited to watch this, okay? And it's done after this week. Let's press play. Ad for Oliver and Company. It's really long, and it's coming to VHS. Awesome. James and the Giant Peach. Didn't care for that one. And then every day, James' aunts horribly beat him. No. Scrolling blue logo. Wow, I haven't seen that for quite a while. It's like a warm hug. Muppet Treasure Island. Tim Curry as Long John Silver. Awesome. Music by Hans Zimmer. Awesome. We start with pirates singing. Remember when the girl in Pirates in the Caribbean was talked to about singing pirate songs, how it's bad luck? And I said any movie that takes place on a ship is like 1/3 singing about pirates. This is the usual Muppet insanity of a million things moving at once on my screen, and I just do not have the brain power to try to imagine this set with a million hand holes in the floor for puppets, and it's still being functional enough for human actors to walk through and for the cameras to get the right angles of all this. Like, I just remember all the floor holes in the set of the show Alf gave the actors like actual PTSD. 50 men went out, only 1 came back. Billy Bones wants Flint's map so he can go get the treasure. He wonders who has it. He makes fun of a child serving him beer. Gonzo is also part of the sweatshop pirate bar full of children. He says, if I had the map, I'd go where no man has gone before. And then he looks right into the camera and goes, hey, that's catchy. Yawn. I missed the boat on the Muppets, to be honest. I was little when they were on TV, but I totally respect the effort and technical design, and I love the format of like the Muppet Show and the guest stars, and like just the total run of the original show. But other than the 2 guys in the balcony making fun of everyone, I can't say I connect with a Muppet style of humor. Anyway, there's lots of humans in this movie. The boy says he hates his life, and Gonzo says, I hate your life too. Rizzo is there as well. The 3 of them are forced to work in this bar as kids by some mean, haggard woman. They dream of being sailors and having adventures, and the kid breaks into song, and he's singing about his hard knock life, but he's inspiring me to sing about his epic mullet, because man, it is on point. The kid sounds like he's struggling to sing an octave higher than he should be. Billy Bones is the adult, and suddenly Blind Pete shows up, and he's blind, and he's bumping into things and making threats, and he feels the boy's mullet, and he calls him a pretty girl, and that is not appropriate humor in 2023, but it's super funny. Forget everything I said about not getting the Muppets' unusual brand of humor. The blind puppet gives Billy the black spot. That's the pirate death sentence. They're coming to kill him tonight. He says they're coming for his treasure map, but then he suddenly has a heart attack, so he gives the map to the mullet kid, Jimmy Jim Jim. Rizzo says, so he died in a kid's movie? He's not quite dead. He pops awake and he says, beware! And they go, of the one-legged man? And he goes, yes! And running with scissors. And then he dies for real. Then the pirates run in, they see Billy is dead, so they figure the little girl must have the map now. The mean old lady rushes in and starts pounding the crap out of the pirate Muppets. Like, that's fun. She's just stomping and tossing these puppets. The house explodes and everyone escapes, and we cut back to the blind guy standing in the house. He's totally engulfed in flames, and he's like, I think I smell something burning, and I had no idea. Visually impaired puppet humor was so rewarding. The trio are now in the city looking for a crew and a ship because they have the map. They just need to go get the treasure. Fozzie is interested in the map. He says it's legit because Mr. Bimble told him so. And Mr. Bimble is the little man who lives in his finger. What the f***? I did not get that one. Anyway, they ask him for a ship, and he's like, yeah. Fozzie's like, I'll put together a crew and a boat and finance it myself. The trio get on the boat, and they hear someone singing below. It's Tim Curry. Again, Tim Curry is the Jason Alexander of these live Disney movies. Jim Hawkins is the kid, of course he is. Tim Curry is Long John Silver. He has a lobster on his shoulder instead of a parrot. They notice he's missing a leg. Was this the guy who they were warned about? Well, it's time to set sail, and he's coming along with them. The captain is approaching as well, and everyone is nervous. He sounds like an absolute mean loose cannon of a captain, but it's Kermit. As Captain Abraham. Long John is only a cook, so even if he only has one leg, they're not going to sweat him because he's just a harmless cook. The crew break into song. Hawkins and Silver bond, and they sing a duet together again. The wide shots with all the Muppets interacting with the humans at once is just nuts. It's crazy. They do roll call. Old Tom, aye. Real old Tom, aye. Dead Tom, and a skeleton pops up and goes, aye. Big ugly butt-faced baby eating O'Brien, and this hot girl goes, aye. And everyone takes an awkward pause, and I'm crying over their reaction to this. Kermit is like, can I see you guys in the cabin? And he goes with his team, and he's like, this is the worst crew of scoundrels I've ever seen. And I can't explain it, but the blue sky background is super vivid in this movie for some reason. It looks amazing. Kermit wants every drop of alcohol thrown over the side of the boat because he can't trust this crew if they're drunk. Jim and Silver have a Titanic moment at the front of the ship. Is that the hull? I have no idea. Silver says the rumor is that they're sailing southwest because someone has a map and they're going to go get the hidden treasure. We get the first tease that Silver could be a bad guy. Some of the bad guy crew members nab Gonzo and Rizzo, and they're going to torture him to get the map, but then the captain walks in and he locks those bad guys up for the rest of the voyage. Kermit demands the map from Jim Hawkins because it's not safe with him. Hawkins gives the map to Kermit and they lock it up together, and then they sing about cabin fever. Long John goes to see the three dudes locked up as they're his henchmen, but then he pretends he doesn't know them when Jim Hawkins arrives. Hawkins lets it slip that he did have the map, but now it's locked in the captain's cabin above. So Long John turns away and grins. It's night and foggy. Silver tricks the blue bird guy who has the keys to check the escape boat. And after he gets in the boat, he's like, quick me, hand me your keys and your hat and jacket so it doesn't get wet. And he does, and he gets into the small boat to examine the safety of it, and then man overboard, splash. Kermit is sad. During the funeral at sea, Silver uses his keys to unlock the jail and free the three henchmen. And they head to the captain's quarters and they steal the map. Gonzo's like, this feels weird. And Rizzo says, because the dude is dead. He goes, yeah. And because my pants are full of starfish. It's a real joke. Hawkins and Rizzo and Gonzo overhear Silver and his trio of escaped convicts scheming. He says, if they mutiny, before I say mutiny, I'm going to throw you overboard like I did Arrow. Arrow was the Blue Eagle Muppet thing. Yeah, the VHS is damaged, and I'll have to continue watching this on Disney Plus. Shut up. VHS tapes are awesome. Silver and his men hop in an escape boat. They kidnap Jim, and they row away from the ship. So Silver and his men take off with Jim. They're on an island now. The pirates are partying, and the Electric Mayhem Band are playing, and they're like, I'm confused. Are we good guys or bad guys? Who cares? A gig is a gig. Keep playing. Silver offers Jim a chance to join their pirate gang, and he says he doesn't want to be a pirate, and the pirates break into a pirate song about how they're not pirates. Again, don't sing about pirates. Literally, 90% of these movies. Kermit pops in a rowboat and goes to get Jim Hawkins back. In one song, or one of the pirates sings, I could have been a contender. Same audience. Again, the choreography of the scene is incredible. Now we have dozens of dancing Muppets with legit fire torches. Silver borrows the compass Jim's dead dad gave him, and they cheer and they start towards the treasure. Kermit and his men get captured by the pig people, and I can guess where this is going. Miss Piggy is the leader of the pig tribe, and her and Kermit have history. He left her at the altar a few years back. Back to Silver, they find the buried treasure, but all the chests are empty. The pirates cry mutiny and attack Silver. He pulls his guns and he tells Jim Hawkins to run. The Swedish chef makes an appearance, and the other characters make reference that the Swedish chef's appearance in this movie is super forced. Like, some of these self-referential jokes do land. I'm warming up to the Muppets humor. The pirates give Silver the black spot, but he uses pirate reverse psychology and gets his men back on his side. Mr. Arrow shows up in a rowboat. He's not dead after all. There's a tour that comes through suddenly. Like, they're on, like, the set of, like, I don't know. They're just, like, pull up and they're like, and here we have the set of Muppets Treasure Island. It looks like they're shooting right now. Like a... What? Piggy tells Kermit of all her lovers she's had since he left her, and then Long John Silver shows up. She's like, hello, Long John Silver. And Kermit is like, oh no, him them too? And that's funny. Everyone is in the same place at once, so let's start wrapping this up. Silver demands that Piggy tells him where the treasure is. She's wearing a bunch of gold, and she's like, what treasure? There's no treasure. So Silver grabs Kermit hostage. Arrow appears. He pretends to be a ghost because pirates are very superstitious, and they all run away and they hide on the boat, allowing the good guys to steer the ship now. The bad guys are dangling Kermit over a ledge. Piggy finally tells them where the treasure is so that they can let her Kermie go, but then instead we get a jump cut now. She's hanging right beside Kermit, upside down over the ledge as well. That was a great scene. They break into song as they hang there. Cut away to Silver walking into Piggy's house, and there's gold everywhere. Like her whole house, from ceiling to floor, is covered with gold trinkets. Slow-mo love montage of the pirates playing with all the treasure they found. The pirates pack up the treasure. They're trying to load it into the rowboats, but then they see the ship coming in the distance. Piggy and Kermit fall, but the ship is nearby, and the old men from the balcony, they're like the figureheads of the boat, like those, is that what it's called? The sculptures on the front of the ship, and they catch them and they go, we saved the pig and the frog, but it was too late to save the movie. That's good. Sword fight on the boat. Jim Hawkins gives one pirate a back body drop. That's wonderful. Arrow smacks a lobster against a tree or something. That's good stuff. It's now Kermit against Silver, and this Muppet is doing flips through the scene without CGI. Silver gets the upper hand, but all the other good guys come to Kermit's aid. He gives Hawkins back his sword in jail. Silver remembers he still has the keys to the jail. Hawkins gets up in the middle of the night and he sees Silver escaping on a rowboat. He's about to blow his emergency whistle, but then Silver points a gun at him and it's a standoff, and this has weight. This came out of nowhere. This is good stuff. They managed to pack a lot of feelings into this short scene. Silver's like, nah, I can't kill you. And they share another moment. Hawkins is like, escape, get out of here. He lets Silver go. As he's leaving, he tosses his dad's compass back to him. Turns out that escape boat, though, is faulty, and we see Silver sinking. Huge ending scene with 100 Muppets celebrating together on the ship. We drop into the sea, and we see the sinking treasure chest as sweet reggae pirate songs play. That was good stuff. It was good. Muppets, sure. This concludes Musketeer March.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.